Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt. I'm Chuck Dowdle. It is Georgia-Florida week, the annual Border Bash, and we got a great show for you today. In fact, getting ready for the Gators, where you'll hear from linebacker Amarlo Herrera. You'll hear from terrific wide receiver coming off a great game against Arkansas, Chris Conley. On the special teams, the guy that's always down there first, Kostavopoulos. You won't want to miss hearing what he's got to say. All mic'd up, we've got Coach McClendon. We got highlights, of course, of the Dogs and Gators, and Coach Richt and I will wrap it up. That's all straight ahead on Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt.
Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt is presented by Georgia's own credit union. It's your future, own it. Also brought to you by AT&T, building you a better network.
There are certain times in life when things get crazy, like when we have great expectations, when it's time to move on, or when life just happens. And when things change and I need a loan, I head to Georgia's own credit union. Georgia's own credit union. It's your future, own it.
So right now, if you get the 15 gig plan, we'll double the data and make it 30 gigs for the same price.
30 gigs? Wow, that's a lot. You don't have to do that for me.
Oh, that's okay.
No, seriously, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
It's the same plan for everyone. Families, businesses, whoever.
Right. No celebrity treatment here.
Really isn't any celebrity treatment.
Just a normal guy getting a great deal.
We're just saying it loudly for some reason.
Now get 30 gigs of data to share with family or your business, starting at $160 a month.
Fans use signs to identify themselves. The chop, the fork, the O, hook 'em horns. But there's one sign everyone wants to be identified with. Number one, fans show their loyalty in all kinds of ways. Ours just buy another Hyundai. Number one in customer loyalty 5 years in a row. Show your loyalty using the hashtag #ThisIsLoyalty.
Skyline players.
Georgia has to win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
This segment of Inside Georgia Football is brought to you by AT&T, building you a better network.
Georgia-Florida has always been a huge game. Huge game when I was growing up. I can remember sitting there watching it all the times, and a lot of times being sad at the end of the game. But luckily for me, since I've been here, we've gone 3-0, and want to make it 4-0 this week. And it's a great environment. All the fans love it. They're always riled up, ready to go.
It's one of the biggest games of the year. You have to win that game. It's big, no matter the record of any teams, no matter how high you rank, no matter who's winning, who's losing right now. It's going to be a hard-fought game the whole time. It's going to be physical, and it's going to be a great game to watch. And it really means a lot to me because, you're from Georgia, and you have people who in your family that love Florida, and then you just trying to show them up, and you just really trying to beat the other team up.
Anything happen on Saturday like that, we're saying, SEC game, we take them all very seriously, and it's a great team. Florida's a great team. You see what they did with LSU. Such a close game, and LSU just recently beat Ole Miss. Anything can happen. They're definitely a strong team, and we're not gonna take it lightly. Definitely gonna prepare how we do, and prepare like it's one of the biggest games, because it is.
I bleed red and black, and Georgia's home for me. And after your first year here, you learn you have a strong dislike for these guys and for this team, and you never want to lose. You never want to lose to these guys, and it drives you in the off season to work harder. It drives you during preseason, and then once you get to this week, all of that work, you remember everything that you did and everything that you put in going into this game, and it's time to execute now.
I think we're ready to go again. I thought our practice yesterday was outstanding, and it just seems like it didn't take long to get everybody back focused on the task at hand. We know what's at stake. got a lot of respect for Coach Muschamp and the Florida Gators, and looking forward to going to Jacksonville and playing the game.
Florida's a very physical football team. They load the box. They do a lot, challenge you to run the ball. They haven't given up a lot of rushing yards, but that's one of our strengths. So we're going to match up toe-to-toe and just go at it for 60 minutes. So it's going to be a good game, physical game, and what you want out of an SEC game.
Oh, they can run the ball. They're a pretty good running team. They have the 2 running backs, and then they have the running back that's from Georgia who can get in and play and make plays, and then they got 2 quarterbacks. So we really got to worry about 2 quarterbacks playing right now, and just don't get focused on one of them because another one can come in fresh and make plays.
It's extremely important. It's extremely important because all of our goals that we set at the beginning of the season are still on the table. They're all before us, and we realize that after the South Carolina game, in order for us to get where we want to go, we have to take care of each opponent as they come. We can't look forward, and we can only deal with the now, the here, and today. And this week, it's Florida. And at this point, there's so much else, there's so much hype and hoopla that comes with this game, and we have to shut all that out and say, this is a football game. We have to approach it the same way. We have to go out and we have to play Georgia football, and we have to execute in order to keep our dreams alive.
Obviously it's a huge game for the rivalry standpoint. Everyone wants the bragging rights. But more importantly, it's our next step in the SEC East. Taking it step by step. You win these games, you win the SEC East. You win the SEC East, you get a shot at the SEC Championship. And you win the SEC Championship, now you've got a shot for the National Championship in the playoffs. So, it's a huge step for us. And every week from here on out for us is a huge week.
It's important. It's an SEC East game, so we know that we lost the game and we can't lose anymore because we got to stay on top. And losing another one, we don't know. We don't control our destiny like we do right now. So we just got to go and handle business.
Stay with us now. When we come back, we got Coach Mack, and he's all mic'd up.
So right now, if you get the 15 gig plan, we'll double the data and make it 30 gigs for the same price.
30 gigs? Wow, that's a lot. You don't have to do that for me.
Oh, that's okay.
No, seriously, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble.
It's the same plan for everyone. Families, businesses, whoever.
Right. No celebrity treatment here.
Really isn't any celebrity treatment.
Just a normal guy getting a great deal.
We're just saying it loudly for some reason.
Now get 30 gigs of data to share with family or your business, starting at $160 a month.
Together, we're a team. And together, we're family. No place gives teams the brands they need at the lowest prices like Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day.
This is the dream, people. You men will... Is that...
Sir, yes, sir. He's a fire-breathing goat, sir.
Goats can't fly planes. Wow. Give it a shot.
Kevin, you okay up there?
You could have just asked me what the red button does.
Live out your dreams. Win up to $300,000 playing Keno with the all-new Bullseye.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has to win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
This segment of Inside Georgia Football is brought to you by Georgia Lottery.
That's it, elbow tight. Keep your wrist up the whole time.
That's it, that's it. Slide, slide, slide. Don't bring your feet together and burst. There we go, good.
The running back position, man, it truly is it holds a special place in the Georgia history for sure. And obviously, you know, the history in the making as well.
I want you to be able to see everything that you need to see before you even get the ball, okay? Here we go. Keep your pass square, Brennan. Hey, I want your pass to stay square. If we got to get back behind this backside defensive tackle, I want us to be able to do it, okay? That's it, good. There we go, good. Right there, nice job. Nice job, come on, Ford, come on. Come on, come on, come on.
The thing that kind of makes them all good is that they're very smart. All of them work extremely hard, and they're extremely coachable.
Good. That's it, Keith. Right there, Keith. There you go. Now stay down. Put your eyes on the man.
You know, those guys, they take coaching very well. They listen to what I say, and then they kind of are able to take what they do in drills to, you know, to game situations, which is huge. You know, I mentioned to those guys, it doesn't matter what you end up being in life, you got to practice every day. So, you know, me, I come here, I practice being a coach every single day. Whether it's in the NFL, you got to go to football practice every single day. Whether you're a banker, you go do something every single day. So no matter what, you got to have the same approach in every day that you go about doing what you're doing.
Guy, when you do that same thing, let's try not to hop into the contact, and I don't want to hop, all right, when we're trying to maintain our leverage. My feet are in the ground, and then now I'm just buzzing my feet and keeping them happy. Here we go, okay? Black 80. Black 80, eyes. There we go, right there. Good rep, man. Good rep. Good job. Good job. Y'all gas up, get ready to go.
The one thing that I always want my players to know, which is no matter what, I'm always going to be honest with them, 100% honest with them. So if it looked good, it looked great. You know, it looked good. If it looked good, if it looked great, it looked great. If it looked bad, it looked bad. And I'm going to tell you, you know. And no matter what, I always want to be fair. You know, so no matter what, guys know that, hey, this guy's going to tell me the truth, and you kind of get what you earn with it.
Now, same thing. Don't bring those feet together. Keep that elbow tight on you, change the direction, keep your pass square, and get the full speed as fast as we possibly can, okay? Here we go, one. Hit. That's it. Burst. There we go. Get up. There we go. Good. Tight. Keep that elbow tight the whole time. The burst. Keep vertical. There we go. Good.
You know, and outside of that, I think you may not always like what I say or even how I say it, but you can accept it because you know, in my eyes, I'm viewing it. That's the truth. That's the truth that I can kind of that I'm telling you. The thing is that it's a little bit different for them, but no matter what, they know that they're going to get those two things away from me. I am demanding. I do want to make sure that we get all the, like I said, all the details right, and then. You know, I tell them I'm on those guys harder in practice than I am in the game, you know, because I tell them during the games, crap, man, you know, if you ain't got it by now, then you ain't going to get it, you know, by the time the games come around. But, you know, just demanding, honest, and no matter what, I'm fair.
Ball position, shooting your hips and bringing your base with you the whole time, okay? Shoulders over knees over toes until I strike them. And then now when I activate my hands, that activates my hips. I just got to bring them with me with my base.
And they know, like I said, and that goes for off the field too. I mean, those guys know that I care a lot about those guys doing well in school and how they act and everything else. So that's kind of how I would, if you ask me that question, that would be the best way I can answer it.
There are certain times in life when things get crazy. Like when we have great expectations. When it's time to move on. Or when life just happens. And when things change and I need a loan, I head to Georgia's own credit union. Georgia's own credit union. It's your future. Own it.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has the win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has the win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
This segment of Inside Georgia Football is brought to you by Georgia's Own Credit Union. It's your future, own it.
Florida. They fake the blitz and back off. We run a screen to Chubb. Caught at the 29. Chubb to the 35, to the 40. Near sideline 45 and up near the 50-yard line where Gorman finally brings him down on the Georgia sideline. Hudson's in the shotgun. Snap to Mason. Looks to the right and throws. It's caught by the tight end Blazevich in Gator territory at the 45. They spin him down at the 41, and Blazevich with his 10th catch of the season. Handoff Chubb. Holy makes a man miss. He breaks to the outside. Chubb to the 30. Chubb to the 20. Cuts back in. Breaks the tackle. Another at the 10. And into the corner. Touchdown, Nick Chubb. He left Gators in his wake. Second and 4. They're going to run it with Jones running straight ahead. He veers. Georgia leads it 7-0 first quarter. Hand off. The ball is loose. Ball is loose. Georgia says the Dogs think they recovered it. They tried to fake the handoff to Jones. The Dogs have the football. The Gators have turned it over again. Mason with time to throw. Will throw it downfield. It's caught by Reggie Davis. They try to strip him at the 30. That's where the tackle is made. Tried to pull the ball out of his arms. Vernon Hargraves unsuccessful there as he was trying to make the tackle. So there's some holding going on as Taylor runs it outside the right tackle. Again, same spot. Give it to Taylor again. This time nothing doing for Taylor. Hit by Jenkins and Herrera in the backfield, and then Thornton came in there for good measure to finish him off. Florida with it. Harris takes the snap. Now he wants to run after he hesitates. We grab his arm and his leg. Big Toby Johnson drags him to the turf. Harris is out. Direct snap to Jones. He takes the snap, runs straight ahead, and he is brought down at the 44-yard line. Holy smokes. Leonard Floyd with feats of strength. He just reached up with his one arm and grabbed him by the jersey and just pulled him to the turf. Gators from the Georgia 15 on second down. Taylor has it. Mauger comes in from the right side, and along with Thornton that's Jones. Bring Jones to the turf. It's Georgia's 5th drive starting inside the 20-yard line. Quick throw to Malcolm Mitchell over the middle. Malcolm with the catch at the 24, and right snap to Mason in the shotgun. Quick throw to Bennett on a slant, makes the catch, spins away from one tackler into the arms of another at the 48-yard line. Snap to Mason. Will throw it in the pocket. Long look. He just has to dump it down to Chubb. Chubb to the Florida 45, to the 40, and just tripped up around the 37-yard line. Haven't been this close since early in the first half. Play fake Mason. He throws. It's caught. Mitchell inside the 10 makes the grab at the 8-yard line. The Dogs in the red zone for the first time today. 3 receivers left this time. We're between the hash marks. Mason pump fakes, now rolls to the right, running, looking to the end zone, and tipped up in the air and then caught off the tip by Nick Chubb for the touchdown. Chubb, the freshman, caught the tipped ball in the back right corner of the end zone for the score. Minutes to go in the game. Harris will hand it off to Taylor. Taylor going to be dropped for a loss back on the 23 by Corey Moore, who came up from the safety spot. Mason to throw again. He'll fire. It's caught by Bennett. Bennett's knocked around in the middle of the field. And Jordan Davis and Towns to the far side. Mason looks left. Now he's going to pull it down. Fake a throw. Now run and then throw to Jordan Davis, who makes the catch. The tight end at the 7 or the 6-yard line, tackled by Jabari Gorman. Dogs trying to finish with a score. Hand off Douglas. Drives straight ahead into the end zone. Gets the touchdown. Brendan Douglas with the score. With 3 seconds left on the clock.
Coach Richt and I will put a bow on it right after this on Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has the win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
15-2 Tennessee leading. Crowd roaring against Georgia, trying to make them drop it. We hand it off to Herschel. There's a hole. 5, 10.
All I remember is hitting his leg, and it was like I hit a tree trunk. It was the hardest thing I'd ever hit.
12, he's running over people. Oh, you Herschel Walker. My God almighty, he ran right through 2 men. Herschel ran right over 2 men. They had him dead away inside the 9.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has the win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
To Tennessee leading. Crowd roaring against Georgia, trying to make them drop it. We hand it off to Herschel. There's a hole. 5, 10.
All I remember is hitting his leg, and it was like I hit a tree trunk. It was the hardest thing I'd ever hit.
12, he's running over people. Oh, you Herschel Walker. My God almighty, he ran right through 2 men. Herschel ran right over 2 men. They had him dead away inside the 9.
Inside Georgia Football with head coach Mark Richt is presented by Georgia's own credit union. It's your future, own it. Also brought to you by AT&T, building you a better network. This segment of Inside Georgia Football is brought to you by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
Thanks, Hondo. Still here with Coach Richt, and before we get into the stats of this game, Coach, and you look over the stat sheet, but I wanted to ask you about some success they were having. It looked like they'd start up the middle of the ball, sometimes and bounce outside, but they were getting yardage to the outside.
Right. I mean, there's an edge on every defense we call, meaning there's someone who's responsible to contain. And a couple times we just didn't play wide enough to turn it up inside. And you know, sometimes the team will try to go up the middle and then bounce it by design. But there were times that we just did not contain like we should.
As you look over that stat sheet, I know we ended up with more plays than they had, but that was, as you point out, mostly toward the end of the game we got a lot of plays. But prior to that, they seemed to be able to control enough on offense that are, we couldn't get many snaps.
Well, I mean, that was part of it, but how many 3 and outs did we have? I don't know. I mean, the second quarter, we might have gone 3 and out every single time. We've got to move the ball. We've got to, the first quarter, I think we had the ball for 10 minutes, something like that. And because we were moving the ball, we were driving it, defense was playing well. And then second quarter, it just turned completely around.
Can you look back at the fake field goal, and did that kind of change things?
Well, it seemed like it did. Obviously we had made some good stops. We had gotten in a position to kick the field goal to begin with, and unfortunately they ran the fake and scored. I mean, they definitely grabbed momentum there. I'm sure it helped their confidence, and really from that point on, it was their momentum and their advantage till we didn't score again until late in the game.
I know we always say, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and certainly in a losing effort, it's tough to single out people when the team loses. But Nick Chubb, again, did a terrific job of handling a lot of that workload for you.
Yeah, Nick did good, but we're, like you say, we're a team, and we're all working hard towards the same end, and we just didn't get it done today. It hurts, it stinks. Everybody has to, look at themselves and look at their responsibility and see where they can improve when we go play Kentucky, because they're a really good football team.
No doubt about that. And, Coach, we appreciate your time. Let's have a good week of work and get back at it in Lexington.
We'll do it.
All right. Thanks very much, Coach.